What are you getting us into?
It's fine. I don't think it's as deep as you think it's gonna be. Like, it's not like he was out here. I don't know. I'm just gonna. It's literally not that deep. Like, I just have questions. Anyway, hello. This is Bingu Chum and K-pop tunes. I'm Bingu, also known as Lacey,
And I am Chum, also known as Reina.
and I'm not reading off the disclaimer thing, so hopefully I get this right. Um, just as our disclaimer, we are just two fans really passionate about K-pop and Korean culture. So if some of the information that we present that is incorrect or both things incorrect or just not right, be lenient on us. We are just trying our best with the information that we're given. And we're just two fans that just want to have fun and talk about stuff on a podcast.
I'd say you got it pretty close.
I mean, could have been so much more professional, but I
Yeah.
just don't feel like pulling up that document.
I give you an A for effort.
I B minus. Anyway, we're gonna talk about, I guess, the trending topics of this month.
week, month-ish, last couple weeks.
Yeah,
I don't really know. It was just recent topics.
the K-pop tops picks.
Recent things that have happened that people have probably seen trending on Twitter that are
Yes,
K-pop related.
yes, and occasionally anime. Thank you.
Because Lacey wants to talk about how Sasuke got stabbed in the eye.
I do. No, I don't. I really don't care. Okay, Reina, which topic do you want to start with first?
This is a good question. I don't know.
I only do that because I know.
Do you have one that you're?
It's you, Rachel, and Robbie that don't like deciding. That's why I do
It's the
that.
Libra in me. I cannot make decisions. I don't like the pressure.
It's literally no pressure.
No.
You just pick whatever like initially 1, 2, 3, go.
Let's talk about Seungri and get it over with.
You know what? That's actually a good. That's a good place to start because
Because
it's
I feel
sad.
it
So
is, and I feel like a lot of people are still really on the fence about it. I know I'm one of those people that are like kind of on the fence about it, and I don't know. I feel like it just turned into a big, giant, fat mess.
so do you want to tell the people or a refresher of Seungri what that is? What
I
that
feel
whole
like
topic
you're better at summarizing things than me.
is? Really? I feel like I'm terrible. Okay, so Seungri is a K-pop star, part of Big Bang. And how many years ago was this? Was this last year?
Two now, I
Two?
think.
Okay, because it feels
'Cause
like 5 years.
maybe it was last year. When was Tease's concert? Because this happened when I went to California for Tease's concert, and Jeremy's mom was like, "Do you know this K-pop star?" And I was like, I just had an "oh
Mm,
shit" moment.
2018. Oh my gosh.
Dang, I was right.
2018? Okay. So Seungri is part of this scandal called the Burning Sun, and it's essentially where a lot of these K-pop idols were caught doing a lot of abusive sexual activities towards women and possibly even allegedly, so we don't get sued.
We don't
Allegedly like sex trading,
trafficking.
trafficking. Sorry, just a lot of that. And Sungri is basically accused of being involved in that and having a location where that stuff has happened. He has a club, right?
Well, he's
Where
partial owner of it, isn't he?
right.
And then believe I believe he's partial owner. I don't know about that for
Hmm.
fact. for fact, but I know he DJ'd there a lot. That was a thing that he was known for performing at the club.
Hmm. And allegedly, people are saying he was involved in those scandals and being one of the main conspirators of the trafficking, the abuse, the drugging, everything. And recently, what Twitter stands have been trending recently is that it seems like he wasn't involved in any way, shape, or form
Well, because
in this.
the reason they're saying that too, though, is because the prosecution that's been going on for this long now, they have not found any evidence against Seungri at all. Like, nothing. The police haven't been
Hmm.
able to book him on anything. They haven't been able to charge him with anything. The only thing he's gotten charged with is gambling, I believe. They've had 3 prosecution witnesses say that Seungri wasn't involved in the prostitution, but have accused Jong Hoon, JJY, and others of it. And then out of all of the interrogations they've had, the police kept putting like pressure on him, and they still weren't able to actually find any evidence or anything. And then I believe 2 prostitutes that were either at the club or involved in this somehow, 2 prostitutes actually testified in favor of Seungri being innocent.
Hmm.
That's what I know on the information. So, like, looking at it from a non K pop standpoint, a non Big Bang fan standpoint, and looking at it with the evidence that's been presented, you're innocent until proven guilty. And they've gone through so many different interrogations, they've gone through different prosecutions, and they literally have no evidence against him. And I know the prostitution itself and like the secret video recordings and everything with this entire case is very, very how do you say it, like a touchy subject because of basically what the topic is. Essentially it's exploiting women for their bodies, and like that's just something that a lot of K-pop stans and normal people have been really upset about, which I get, but it's still really hard for me personally. Like, I don't know. I'm on the fence because I'm like, is he really innocent? Did he not know about any of this at all? Did he know about it, but they still couldn't find evidence? Like, what?
I feel you. I'm I'm also on the fence. I think even if you took yourself out of like being a fan and like knowing K-pop, but I feel like even being involved in K-pop, it's still really easy to be on the fence about it because on one hand, you could see, oh, here Sungri is being mistreated again and being thrown under the bus and just treated dirty because this is not the first time he's had to deal with really tough situations. Not on a level of this extent, but I'm just saying it seemed like Big Bang days when he was trying to be solo, it was incredibly difficult. The relationship between him and YG was just like really difficult, I guess. That's just from in the back of my mind from the stuff that I was reading while I was still into K-pop. That was a thing. So it could just be another situation. It's just like, let's just throw it on him.
Yeah,
But on the other hand, I'm not messing with the law until they say something definitive. And I just don't. I'm not going to say whether he's innocent or not. All I can say is that I know when this first happened, a lot of his diehard fans were really, really strong with saying he was innocent. And I think that's really, you can't just blind yourself to your bias. Like, it's just up in the air.
they're humans too, though, and like you can't just blindly follow people like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Mm-hmm.
an idol, and their image is curated, and you do not know them as real people. And which is why I feel like I'm very on the fence about it, because the prosecution is saying one thing and it's showing evidence in favor of him being innocent, but on a personal level I still don't know, did he really not know anything that was going on?
I
And that's where,
and they're his friends too, right?
yeah,
Like that was his though I if I'm being honest about that, I just don't see how he could not have
have
known.
known. Yeah.
That's like similar to the the girl that was basically bribed into the college. Have you seen that trending where the red table talk with the girl?
No.
Okay, well, that's a really good topic, but not K-pop related. But I don't remember these people's names. It was like two rich people bribed the school to take their daughter into school, paid a bunch of money for her to be in school, basically. She got caught. They got caught. So it's been a huge deal because
Sounds familiar, actually, now that you mention that. Now that you
I
explain it.
retweeted a video about it because they're talking about how it's not really going to affect her in the long run. But
I mean, if you're rich enough,
I
probably.
mean, she's rich and she's white, so
And it's America,
and
most likely.
it's just she's gonna
Korea's a little bit more hardcore about these things. Like Seungri's image, I think, is completely ruined now. I don't think he
oh
could,
for sure.
whether he's innocent or otherwise, and it's a final decision on that. I think his image is completely ruined, and I
Mm-mm.
think he knew that too, which is why he retired. Which it's kind of sad in a way,
I mean,
but also like I think he knew too.
hmm
Like there was no recovering from this.
but I'm saying like with that scandal, the American one, there and she said she didn't know about it. It's just no way that she knew about it. Like she knew because if your parents have to bribe a school to let you go to that school and you know what your grades are like and you know what you're like and you know that you never even wanted to go to school in the first place and you're old enough to be aware of stuff like that, like you know. So it's hard for me to just, unless he's just really that naive and just, it just all went over his head. I'm sure he knew something wasn't right and he just didn't want to burn
Acknowledge it.
bridges.
Yeah. The reason, though, that we were talking about this is because it recently was trending, and I I want to touch on the video though because I just looked it up on YouTube, and apparently Mr. whatever his name is, I'm not even gonna try and say his name. That was like, we have a well trained team of BuzzFeed researchers that did their research
That's
for
what
this.
they said.
That's what they said when like Stan started calling him out on Instagram and Twitter. He was like, "You guys can keep sending hate. We at BuzzFeed have a well-established team of researchers that know what they're doing." And then he like tagged the researchers, and so people started sending hate to them too. And it wasn't even really hate; it was more just like, "Hey, you made a whole ass 16-minute and 9-second video with incorrect facts and incorrect like names, and they had Seungri on the thumbnail. I just looked up the video and they changed the thumbnail, and Seungri is no longer on the thumbnail, which I thought was interesting because apparently they got enough heat."
It's probably because they just did it for clickbait. Like, I don't know, y'all. Like, it's BuzzFeed. Can we stop taking BuzzFeed seriously?
Seriously,
Like,
please.
for the longest time, BuzzFeed has not been a credible source. Like, it's not. Please don't go to BuzzFeed for your daily news. Just be an adult and get the New York Times. I know it's boring, but it's the research is there as trustworthy as it can be. It's not a whole bunch of random interns or quote unquote credible people that research articles because obviously they don't if they're putting out a false video and not even being a journalist where when it come I feel like if you're reporting something like this you should not be biased towards
You
any
should be objective.
side. Yes.
Yeah, no. And they definitely weren't, which is what was really making the Seungri fans mad, which is understandable because, like I said, on a personal level, I'm very on the fence about it. But looking at it objectively, the evidence is saying one thing. And this BuzzFeed video, they were not being objective at all, and they were not presenting
It
the
was
correct facts
yeah,
at all.
like
And so it was pretty understandable that people on Twitter, Seungri stands on Twitter and like OT5 Big Bang stands on Twitter, were pissed off. Like I understand that
yeah, that makes
completely.
sense. Like, do you want to? I mean, you can get sued if you want to, if that's what BuzzFeed wants. Like, that's if that's what
With
you
their credible
want.
team of researchers.
Like, if you're making these claims, and oh, you better take the heat. I don't know, because you cannot mess with K-pop
K-pop, yeah,
fans.
you cannot. You got another thing
Mm-mm.
coming.
Maybe you could have done that with Taylor Swift, but not these girls.
It's so funny too, looking and seeing that the thumbnail has changed because he was like replying to K-pop stands too.
He was very
He
aggressive.
was very aggressive, and it's just so funny looking and seeing that the thumbnail is no longer because I'm like, huh, couldn't take the heat.
They're probably gonna end up getting rid of the article
Yeah,
at
I've
some point.
it's been 5 days now though. But on the topic of not trusting BuzzFeed for news, can I also just throw out all K-pop, Koreaboo? They are also not credible resources. Do,
Oh, come on.
do
No.
not
Like,
trust.
only go to all K-pop for, like I would only go to them just to see what's trending, like, group-wise. I'm like, "Oh, okay, BTS is doing something, Blackpink is doing something, alright."
I do that with Sumpy now
Okay.
because they're kind of credible in the fact that at least like if I'm looking for debuts and stuff, they
Mhm.
or like comebacks, they release the news and their articles aren't as biased, but at least they're not as bad as all K-pop and Koreaboo. We're just gonna spread all of this misinformation and cause a scandal.
Koreaboo, I don't know why Koreaboo is
I
still
don't know
up.
why all K-pop is still up.
I I just don't get it. I've never been to all K-pop for a trusted source. I've only looked to look. And then if I see anything that's like gossip, I'm like, "Oh, that's funny." And I just close I just close out of it. I don't even believe it. I don't believe it at all.
I don't even give them clicks anymore.
Oh, I haven't been on there in forever. I have not been
I
on there.
I actually blocked them because of everything that went on with Wonho. I was so tired. I just blocked them. I was like, I'm not
It's like, come
listening.
on, y'all. Like
I don't want to see this anymore.
they've done things like wrong for the longest time.
Literally, and I don't know why people still trust them.
No. And Koreaboo, it's called Koreaboo. Like,
Yeah, why are you gonna trust a site
why are you
called
gonna call I would not trust the site called Koreaboo. But that's the tea on Seungri.
That rhymed.
All we can say is that we will be waiting for official documentation, paperwork, files, whatever. And we're not gonna say anything because
And we're
it's just
obviously
hard to
not
say.
reporters, and we're not part of the
Oh
prosecution or
yeah.
anything, so we can't really.
We are in the Twitter streets just like y'all.
And we don't want to spread misinformation or make the situation
Oh
worse.
no.
So, but when a final decision is made, we will talk about it again. But for now you know why Seungri was trending. In case you didn't, and whatever that dude's name is, I don't know. But
Oh, who cares? Nobody cares
I
about that
hope
guy.
he enjoyed his 24 hours of fame.
I think I just feel like that was the reason why they did it for clicks. But
I hope the hate messages were fun for him. Not to be that person, but
well, I mean, he just seemed like the person that was just not gonna that was not gonna settle in his head. Like he was not about to learn anything from that. Next topic is Jay Park. Let's just get this out the way. So
okay, I don't know what happened. Just opened Twitter
it's
today, saw
really
Jay Park was trending, and I was like, ah, here we go again.
it's
So what
actually really
happened?
short. So I think he was on a podcast or he was radio station. I did not do all the I'm not listening to anything. I just saw that he said Korean music. He was talking about something and he said Korean music because not all Korean music is BTS. Not all so his statement is basically not all Korean music is BTS. That's what he said. So that's why he became a trending topic. And oh, what is this? Is this it?
He's trending because he.
That's what he said, right? So everyone's like, "Oh my god." It's either like, "Oh, Jay Park's so right. Like he really told y'all." And then of course you have like the super intense BTS stands that are probably like, "Shut up, Jay Park. You don't know anything." Like, "Oh my god, BTS is the best." That's probably both sides, but my thing is just like
Why did it blow up though? Because as soon
because
as
it's
you
Jay
said that,
Park, because this is how I feel. Let me
I'm
tell you
s-
how I feel about it.
wait no, because you said that, and I'm literally just sitting here going, is he wrong? Like did he say something wrong?
No, 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 no. Let me tell you why. It's because Jay Park has been problematic. That's why
Well,
he's been
duh.
trending.
That's why I looked at it and I was like, "Oh, here we go again. Jay Park
Yeah,
is trending."
exactly. But my thing is just like I don't really understand because a lot of people claim that they don't like Jay Park. They just don't like him.
But then they
And
give
they
him
called him
attention.
out about all of this stuff. They called him out about, I don't know, I'm pretty sure Jay Park has done all like saying the N word, saying he said something stupid
Well,
like,
remember he got kicked out. Very big emphasis on kicked out of 2 p.m.
yeah, so he's done a lot of problematic stuff and he said some stupid things. So it's just odd. I don't know. It just seemed like the amount of people disliking J Part, it doesn't add up to this trending. That's what I'm trying to say. Doesn't make sense why he's trending when a lot of y'all apparently canceled him because of the stuff he's done, not just with 2 p.m., but with black culture. Like, it just doesn't add up to me.
The stuff he says too, didn't it? There's I don't know if it's true, but I think there's like a rumor that not only did he get kicked out of 2 p.m., but he got kicked out of Korea. Essentially, like he's not really allowed to.
Recently?
Back when he first got kicked out, I think he had to like return to the states for a little bit or something.
No, he did. They did kick him
Because
out.
well,
They
he
said,
called.
take him to church. They didn't say that, but they're like, get him out of here. And he left and he, I don't know, went to church. And he was like, wow, I was wrong. I'm sorry, it's never gonna happen
He
again. And
called
they're
his
like,
he called
alright,
his country a
alright.
bunch of derogatory stuff though too, like Korea itself.
Yeah,
So I don't
yeah.
know. He's got his own
Well,
company now.
yeah, he came back and made his own company, so
Lee High is signed under it.
I know, I didn't watch the video yet. She looks cute.
She
She looks like she's still 12.
she does.
Looks I mean, her and IU are
They
just
haven't.
never
Yeah,
gonna
they have
age.
not aged, and they're not going to.
No, they're vampires, but that's why J Park was trending, and
It's not as interesting as I thought.
no,
So
I told you it wasn't that
it
deep.
was literally because he said that, and he wasn't wrong. Maybe he shouldn't have said it because he's Jay Park, and that's the one reason he shouldn't have said it. But he's not wrong, and
But it's just
but
I
it's
mean,
him that said it. So everybody that was
it's about
offended,
BTS.
well, that's what I was gonna say. Everybody that was offended because of what he said, probably the really really intense BTS stands, were like, let's go dig up and remind you all of the terrible horrible things that he's done, even though he's supposed to be canceled.
Yeah, because they did that, and they also called out his fans. Yeah, but they did it towards him, but they also did it towards the people that still are his fans. They're just like, y'all are being real wishy-washy when he's done all of these things,
I get
and
that, but at the same time, for if you claim to have canceled him, why are you putting in all of this energy?
it doesn't matter because cancel culture doesn't exist at
I
all.
mean, I
Like,
mean, you and I both agree with that. But speaking from the perspective of like, supposedly you're canceled. I don't know. I hate cancel culture. It doesn't make any sense, and I don't think it exists.
oh, I think it was an interview on Fuse TV on IG story. It don't matter. He was interviewed by like two kids,
He said that in front of two kids.
and I think I'm gonna try to watch it because it looks like an interesting interview. I I don't hate Jay Park. The last thing he was talking about was like, I can't even tell you what the last thing he was talking about on Twitter, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, shut up. You sound so stupid." It was basically about he was comparing it was about cultural appropriation with music or something like that. And it was he just said something dumb, and I don't really care. Like, I'm gonna still listen to the music. He I don't know. He hasn't done anything insane as far as I know to make me just say goodbye.
Well, that's the thing too, is like bringing up all the past shit that he's done. I That's what baffles me about cancel culture, is because like if they really make you that mad, why are you digging up past crap when you said you canceled them? And also, it just goes against the whole entire concept of people can change. Like literally, you if you're upset about something that somebody did in the past, I get it. You do not have to forgive them. You are not obligated. I almost said obliged. You are not obligated to forgive someone if they've upset you, whether it's J Park, whether it's Zico. It does not matter. Like you're not obligated. It okay, I get it. But at the same time, like why are you saying that you've canceled them and then when something like this happens, you go specifically to dig up all of the past things that they've done and then bring that stuff up, but then also forget like some of it was like 10 years ago, some of it could have been 5 years ago, some of it could have been 2 years ago. People change. The whole point of being a human is that you're constantly changing. Like you're not the same person. I'm not the same person that I was 2 days ago.
Oh, I'm not the same person I was last week. Or like whenever I have a deep conversation, I'm like, oh, your way of thinking needs to be different.
Yeah, or like whenever you and I have phone calls with each other, like
Hmm.
right after the phone call, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do
We talked about gloves,
something.
and I feel differently about gloves. Like it's like I'm not gonna like Raina's not gonna be like, yeah, well, you were pro gloves
You're a
10
pro.
years ago. So what's up with that? Like, and I don't know. Like if it's something with celebrities, the least you can do is measure the things that they've done in their past with the actions that they carry on. So,
And the way they present themselves now, like in
mhm.
the now,
So
in the
like if they've
future.
made progress based off their past mistakes, I think it's safe to say that they're trying. It depends on the issue. I'm not saying like they do one thing and everything's good. It depends on it, and it depends on the issue. But it's better than like, I don't know, Jeffree Star. Is it Jeffree Star?
I
I
don't
think
know, but
it's
I don't like
Jeffree.
him.
It is Jeffree Star. I was making sure I didn't get him mixed up with Patrick Star. Patrick, whatever. Long story. It's like Jeffree Star saying he's not racist, but then he does something racist, and then he says he's not racist,
Repeatedly.
and then there's more information saying that he was racist, or like those were from a long time ago, and then someone's like, but I found this tweet like last year or a couple months ago.
Yeah. Like in that instance, it's a repeated thing.
Yeah.
And then also, it's very dependent on the individual too. Because, like I said, you're not obligated to forgive someone. It takes so much more energy to hate than it does to just ignore.
Yeah, it's
And that is very much my philosophy on life is it takes much more energy to hate and dislike something than it does to just ignore that thing that you hate or dislike. And so I feel like if ignoring the cancel culture, if an idol or a celebrity has done something to upset you and you're not over it, that's fine. Individually, you could have had something happen in your past or you could have been faced with something very similar and you're just not over it. Like that's okay. But at the same time, like if the person is repeatedly presenting you with evidence that they're at least making an effort and trying in comparison to like Jeffree Star, for example, who's making or giving evidence that he will say something and then he's not trying. I think that's a completely different like instance.
yeah, so that's what happened. That's why he was trending. I thought it was entertaining.
It was definitely entertaining because it's J Park.
And I thought what he said was true. I mean, it's not just BTS, guys. It's like me saying, like, it's not just Big Bang. Like, there's so much music out there in the world. So don't be
That's
limited.
why that's why when you said this is what he was trending for, I was sitting here and I just made the weirdest face on my computer because I was like, is he wrong? Like
J Park said something right?
yeah.
He's never, I'm literally just like being funny because, anyway, that's it. That's what happened with J Park. So, it's your turn to pick.
Let's talk about mamas.
Okay.
Which aren't as interesting anymore because there's no cool collab stages. That's a whole other topic that my 2014 K-pop self is very just upset about. Mama doesn't live up to the hype anymore. Hype, not hype. The
So,
hype.
was this just the year where you're like,
This wasn't no, this wasn't. It was just an Mnet thing. There was a huge controversy, I guess, surrounding Mama because it's Mnet and Mnet's a pretty shitty company. I don't know what you know about Mnet, but they're
hmm, nothing?
nothing. They're just really big on like exploitation and I'm sure you've seen like news articles on this at least. They're very good at what's it called? it's like the bad editing where they like edit and they make people seem like they're pitted against each other, and then after the show is done
Oh,
airing,
like Unpretty Rap Star? Yeah.
yeah, they're known for that. And so a lot of people are just like, we want nothing to do with Mnet, and then some smaller groups have to say yes to Mnet because it's like they're a big
It's
name.
Mnet.
Yeah, they're one of the biggest names in Korea, but nobody likes Mnet, even though they're Mnet.
I mean, it's kind of like what can I compare that to here? I don't know, Fox News. Nobody likes Fox News, but it's still here.
Yeah, good example. Yes. The short version of what happened is when Mama aired, they're getting a lot of heat, which the heat has calmed down. Which I'm like, why, you guys? You lay it into them. TLDR is that they were getting a lot of heat because they put an incredibly large number of people in danger instead of just canceling the award shows. They had a turnout of including like staff and the artist and the choreographer, or not the choreographers, the backup dancers, everybody. There were probably more than 100 people at the awards show. The actors and like the people that were presenting the awards all got to stay inside where it was nice and warm, and all of the idol singers and performers were stuck outside in their cars on December 6th. I forget what the temperature was that day. Let me see if
They were literally like sitting at a drive-through waiting to perform. That's what it
Yep.
was. Oh my
While COVID cases spike past the thousands in Korea right now, they were all just sitting outside in 35 degree Fahrenheit weather. Well, it lasted 6 hours, so the range of the temperature was 35 degrees Fahrenheit to 26 degrees Fahrenheit. They were outside in freezing cold temperatures waiting to perform, while the presenters and the actors were given precedence and they were inside, which isn't humane at all. Like, just at all. And in comparison, for example, the an award show that aired I think like 2 or 3 days later called the Fact Award Show
god.
bought hotel rooms out for all of their performers.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, they could have literally pulled a BET where nobody showed up, but everyone was able to make their own cool performance videos, and it was literally the best award show I've seen in a long time
That's cool.
because they had creative freedom to do what they wanted with the budget from the BET Awards. It was great. I don't really understand. That just sounds like a hot mess. Like, okay, everybody's just stay in your cars. Monster X, you're gonna be up, and the car behind you is ATs. Okay, you guys are gonna follow right up after that. You got your dancers in there too. All right, just keep the car running, and this will be fine. And it's cold outside, and then I it just sounded that just sounds like poor
It's just very
planning.
a lot of mismanagement, especially coming from such a big name like Mnet. I feel like not only is there the aspect of mistreatment because you're having all of these performers and artists sitting out while COVID is going on. There's a worldwide pandemic. You don't even offer to buy a hotel. Some of the artists got so cold that there's rumors that a lot of people just went and rented out their own hotel rooms out of pocket though. They weren't even reimbursed.
Do they get paid to perform?
I don't know how the life of an idol works. Do they?
Because my question is if they got paid to perform. Because if they didn't, then that really doesn't make much sense to me. Like
Well,
there's literally no.
I feel like anyway, whether they get paid or not, it's a human courtesy to just treat someone with why are more than 100 people sitting outside in freezing cold weather waiting to perform for 6 hours, and then there was no catering at all for 6 hours. The performers were told that they could use the cafeteria inside Mnet, but that's a shared space, high COVID risk. Everybody just ended up going to like convenience stores and ordering food instead. It's just kind of, it was a mess. And that a lot they're getting a lot of heat because it was such a mess.
Mm-mm. Well,
And then their response to the whole thing was that, what did they say? That it was impossible to keep everyone inside due to COVID-19 regulations, and that their solution was to do what they did, which was to separate the performers and the presenters. But for actors and actresses, there were more things to prepare in advance, such as scripts, and the idols really only had to receive like the award essentially. Because I think a lot of the performances too were filmed in advance. But like basically they were just like, well, the actors and actresses and the presenters had to like have a script, so they had to be inside.
Just sounds like they missed a step. They could have pre-recorded everything,
They could have.
especially if the performance were already recorded. Like it just sounds like a waste of time and money. Like that's just what it sounds like to me. It sounds like they probably run. I don't know. Man, they cut the budget and now the budget was too short and they forgot to tell the idols that won awards to pre-record them winning an award or have a setup at their studio saying thank you. Like it just sounds like terrible planning.
And that's what a lot of it is people are upset about the terrible planning, especially when, like I said, the other award show, The
I
Fact.
mean, if this is your biggest, it's Mama, so why would you?
Yeah, Mama is still a really big name because it's Mnet, despite everything.
Yeah,
Even though I think it's lost a lot
it's
of
the title,
its,
Raina. It's the title.
it's lost its novelty. I just, oof, wow, how did you mess up so bad? Especially when a smaller award show aired 2 days later and all of the artists were offered like hotel rooms and that award show paid for it. And then I was just reading too, and it looks like three managers of presenters and actors, three of them tested positive at this award show too. So I think that was another thing that was really like the people that were inside were sick, and then you had other
Mhm.
people that are supposedly healthy staying outside in these freezing cold temperatures, and it was a mess is essentially what it is.
Well, I don't know what to say other than hopefully they got it together and they won't do it again.
I doubt it, but it's just really crazy to think like this was very inhumane treatment.
Uh, I just don't really like why. It was just no reason. There is just no reason for any of that to even happen.
No, especially not from such a big company. It doesn't make any sense at
Well,
all.
big companies are, they don't really care as much about anybody else, if you really think about it.
I mean, true, but that's insane. This is like a whole new
Well,
level.
maybe it's still a big deal in Korea. Like I don't know, like maybe Korean fans are still really upset about it and you just see it from our side of the world and it's quieter, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. I don't know, I'm just trying to help.
Maybe it's not.
But I guess we could just move to the last topic. The songs and albums that define K-pop's monumental year in 2020 in the
Yes. By Time, according to Time magazine, not from us.
Yeah,
We'll do
no.
ours.
No, no,
We'll do
no.
ours later.
Like our title would not be like that. Ours would be like songs and albums that in 2020 that were awesome.
Time released their whole thing for 2020 though, like everything of 2020, and BTS deservedly was named the magazine's Entertainer of the Year. But on top of it, they released a list of 10 songs and 10 albums that defined K-pop's monumental year. And I'm pretty sure they're defining it as the monumental year because K-pop has been ever spreading. And I think like 2019, 2020 have just been years where people are really paying more attention to K-pop.
Mhm.
So do you just want to go down the list? Do you have it open?
Yeah, I do. You can go first. That's your group.
No, my group's further down, but okay.
No,
Uh,
by songs?
yeah, but I mean, like my group is further down.
Oh. This is not your group?
Not like an old group.
I'm
God,
confusion.
there's levels.
I'm confused. The
There's
fir-
levels.
Okay, well, I'll go first then. So when it comes to songs, Answer by ATEEZ is the first one they listed. The second one is Nonstop by Oh My Girl. The next one is Home Run by 17. The next one is Maria by, I can't say her name right,
Hwasa.
Hwasa. Okay. Makes me nervous to get her name. The next song is I don't know the name of the song. Duh Drum.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. See, haven't listened to that song by A Pink. Daisy by Pentagon. I'm gonna have to listen to these. Lovesick Girls by Blackpink. Does it sound like a Blackpink song? and La Di Da by Everglow. This is a long list. Not
It's
Shy
10 songs.
by Itzy.
It's C. Yes,
Okay.
it's C.
Kick It by NCT 127, if the number matters
It does matter, yes.
to you.
It does matter, Lacey. There's 23 members in NCT now.
Maybe you just wanted to represent them together. I don't know.
Okay, have you listened to any of these?
No.
You didn't even listen to a T?
I listen to ATs, but if you guys ever wonder how out of K-pop I am, there's your answer.
She's so out of it, she couldn't even pronounce some of the names.
Like 127, like I guess that matters to you. It matters, guys, okay? Like I was obviously
Like,
making a joke.
Lacey, Robbie stands NCT.
Okay,
You can't
I
just
wasn't disregarding the other 127 people. I was just saying, like, when I say NCT, I just say the NCT. I didn't know there was like
127.
I'm not disregarding them. I'm just saying it'd be better if we just called them NCT as a whole instead of separating them as numbers. That's what I
they,
was saying.
they, they are called NCT as a whole, but there are certain units.
Okay,
And
well, I said what
one,
I said.
one, 127 is a fixed member unit.
Okay.
Oh, I can't
Jeez.
breathe.
I can still stand them. I'm not knocking them. I'm trying to respect the group.
I can't breathe. Oh,
Trying to attack me. I'm respecting all of them.
I cannot breathe. That hurts.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it because I'm about to go into the albums.
No, I want to talk about this for a second. If I can.
Fine.
Fine.
Go ahead
Jesus.
and talk about them. You wanted to say how you're surprised that a lot of people know these groups because they sound familiar to me.
Do you even know who Everglow
I
is?
do actually.
Do you
I
know who
listened to one
Instant is?
song by Everglow.
Listen to what song?
I do know one song
Oh.
from Everglow. And I know I've heard of Pentagon. Thank you. Blackpink. Yep.
What about Itzy?
No.
Oh, okay. There we go.
But that's just one. That was just one.
Fair enough. I was just gonna say really quick though that I was surprised, yes, that some of these songs were on Time's list because, like, for example, Everglow debuted recently, like last year, I think, 2018. So it was just very surprising that like Time knew who they were because I was like, they haven't even been around that long, which isn't saying anything about like their impression that they left on people. It was just one of those things that was very surprising to me to see like Everglow on the list. Overall, I think the songs that they chose were really good. Atiza's Answer, probably not my most favorite Atiz song, but it's good. Oh My Girls Nonstop is really catchy. 17's Home Run had a very old 17 sound to it, so that was a really fun song to listen to. I don't really listen to Hasa's solo stuff, so I can't make a comment on that. But then like A Pink, that's a girl group everybody knows. Pentagon by Daisy, I recommend you listen to it. Since you said that you hadn't listened to any of these, or well, you listened to Answer, and that's probably it.
Well, I'm going to listen to them. I know for a fact I'm going to listen to Hwasa
Definitely listen to Daisy because
be- because
uh, I'll just I'll just let you listen. It's you have to like experience the song. It's a really good song, but you have to experience it because when I first listened to it, I was like, "Whoa!"
Well, I'm going to listen to it because I need to get with the times.
You
And
do, and then "Kick It" by NCT 127
mhm.
is a really good song. And then Itzy, I like all of Itzy's music.
Well, I'm going to listen to it. I mean, if I don't listen to it based off this list, I definitely go to my Apple Music and I play the K-pop hits playlist or whatever.
Well, Time curated this list, so
I'll I'll listen to it. It's a credible source. So
It's a credible source. Okay. Do you want to do albums since you butchered so many things the last time?
I mean, if y'all want to make fun of me, I can. I mean, I can't read, so all right. For albums. Get ready for this, y'all. You're not gonna believe this. Map of the Soul 7 BTS. Personally, didn't make an impact for me, but we're just gonna go right past that. Dystopia, the Tree of Language.
If it makes anyone feel better, which it probably won't, especially if there's BTS stands listening, I haven't even listened to the album yet.
Oh,
Have
what?
you?
You didn't even give them a chance. Woo!
I never.
They're
I,
not. They turned
I
it
haven't.
off. They turned it
I
off.
haven't.
They turned off the podcast.
They probably have. I haven't even made it that far. I'm really behind.
If it makes you feel better, I had to take a break with this album. I listened to like 10 and I was like, this is enough. I had to take a pause. I was like,
Dang.
because it's 20 songs. Do you see this album?
Okay, I actually didn't realize it was
I was
20
like,
songs.
what? I need a whole, I need to take a vacation. Anyway, the next album is Dystopia, The Tree of Language by Dreamcatcher. Probably a really fire album because,
It is. I've mentioned many times in the past that I'm a very big B-side person. Black or White is my favorite song on this
I
album.
mean, every song I've listened from Dreamcatcher has been top
Black
tier.
or White gives me very Michael Jackson vibes. Just
Ooh,
throwing that out there.
I'm gonna have to listen to it. In Life by Stray Kids.
This is one of my favorite albums
Okay,
of the year.
okay.
I like Stray Kids, but this album, I've got I think like 5 favorite songs. Backdoor is really good. Any is really good. Wow is probably my favorite, which is the dance line I think of Stray Kids. So it was only 3 members. Um, Dang, I'd have to pull up Spotify to name all of them. Blueprint and TA are really good too, but this is one of my favorite albums of the year.
I will be listening. I'm gonna listen to all these.
Stray Kids though, be careful. I don't know if they're quite your style.
They're like okay.
I'm gonna warn you in advance, but
Well, I don't completely ignore albums. I will suffer through an album.
maybe you'll find one that you like.
I
Cause you like,
mean,
didn't you like God's Menu anyway? That was the song with Felix, the really rap voice or really deep rap voice, and he was like something chef, like a 5-star
oh yeah,
Michelin.
that was fire. Like he went in with that part.
That song is on this album.
Okay. I'll listen to it, okay? Like I'm a grown up. I can do this.
I'm just warning you. It like when we
Thank
listened to
you.
Monsta X's album,
Mhm.
and I was like, "I love Beast Mode," and you were like, "No, that might be this album."
That's
Just
it's gonna be
just
okay. Thank you
putting
for
a
telling me
disclaimer there.
before I'm just like, what the? I mean, for you to like it, for it to be your favorite album, I kind of guessed, honestly. The next album, Bloom by Is.
No.
I don't know. Who is this? What is this?
This is great. This is great. Bloom is by Eyes.
Oh, well, I was not gonna get that right. Guys, I'm not trying to make fun of these groups. I'm really trying my best over here. I'm just Americanized.
I'm
Please.
I'm having a ball.
And you see Raina's making fun of me. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm 100% serious. And
She's just this out of touch with K-pop and this bad at
I
it.
I know K-pop groups come up with these weird names. So, what is the name again?
The group is iZone.
Come on, y'all. Come on. Get out of here. Get
Fiesta was a really good title track. Just throwing that out there. That's the only one I've
get
listened to on this album,
out. Not literally, but like
though.
come on. This is like when I'm not even gonna get to that. Okay. Never Gonna Dance Again, Act 2 by Taemin. Have not listened to this, and I need to listen to it because it's Taemin. Have you listened to it yet?
I Let me double check. I think I did, but I don't
Oh,
remember.
that's bad.
No, it's not. I'm trying to catch up on K-pop, and so I've been listening to a bunch of it. Oh no, I didn't. I only listened to Act One. Never mind.
How was Act 1?
Act One was really good. There was Criminal, obviously, on the album, and then the second song was Black Rose, and it was featuring Kid Millie, and it started off with rapping, and I was
Taemin
like, this
rapping?
was not expected. No,
Oh, oh, okay,
feature,
okay.
but it started, and I was just like, what am I listening to? And I like tabbed back because I thought it jumped or skipped to a different album, and I was like, no, this is Taemin's album. What?
It was that different?
It was that
Oh,
different.
that makes me
It was
excited.
it was still Taemin, but it was like that second song really threw me for a loop.
I love it. I love it when albums do that, where you got to double check to see
If you're
if you're
still listening.
if you're listening to the same one or if it's a different one. I like that.
So Act One was really good. I don't know about Act Two. I've listened to the title song idea and I like it. I mean, it's hard to dislike anything Taemin puts out, to be quite honest.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure. I'll have to listen to Act Two as well.
The next album, All About Love by Monsta X.
First English album released by a K-pop group of all time
That's
ever.
actually really good.
That is actually really
Like
good.
it just wasn't put out there just to say it was the first English album.
Yeah, it wasn't like a weird translated version of one of their Korean songs either, just to put it in English.
Hmm.
It was a English album made for English fans, and all of the songs were like brand new, written from scratch, produced from scratch. First K-pop group ever to release a full-length English album, and like Lacey said, it's really good. I
Yeah.
still listen to it.
People that are new with K-pop that don't want to or kind of feel uncomfortable, I guess, listening to a different language, maybe start here. Like this is a really great start.
It is, and there's people that you know on the album too.
Pitbull and French Montana. Like, I mean, I'm still waiting for the day where a or feature from a rapper is not, what's the word, censored,
Yeah,
because if like French Montana, he could have done better,
he could
please.
have, yes. But
But it's
Pitbull's feature wasn't that bad though.
no, no, Pitbull's kind of he's I don't mean to I don't know. I don't think this is disrespectful, but he's poppy, so he's been on a few songs to be able to do stuff like that and not be censored. But I'm saying like it would be so great to get like my dream is to just have K rappers and American rappers feature and no censors anywhere, and it's just what they want
Yeah,
because that's what's missing.
from this album entirely. Also, I've one thing that was just like disappointing to me as a Monsta X fan was that Juhan and IM didn't rap in English. IM is fluent, so
Mm.
I feel like it wasn't even a question of their capabilities. I feel it was just an American marketing strategy of like K-pop, we're gonna make them all sing, and then that's why they featured rappers. But it was still a really good album, and all of Monsta X can sing, so it's not really like a complaint on my part of like, oh, it just would have been cool to hear like
I
Juhan.
mean, you guys are just missing the money. You're missing a great opportunity to get more money. Just come on. Come on, guys. Just call me. We'll set some meetings up and I'll give you my ideas. I will sell you my ideas. All right.
Lacey, backtracking
Next
real quick though, Lacey was
next
right in the
album.
fact that if you're not really comfortable with K-pop, but you want to kind of like dip your toes in the water, this is a good place to
Yeah,
start.
none of
You
the
Can't Hold My
songs
Heart, I
were
think, is my favorite on that
yeah.
album. For me.
I mean, I still really like Who Do You Love? Like that's just a good gets me every time. Like French Montana didn't need to be on there, but he was and he wasn't terrible.
Necessary,
It's
yeah.
just
It
not
would have done well without him.
But that's a song that you can pull someone in. You can trick someone into liking K-pop. Like they'll be like, "Oh, that was a good song." You're like, "Oh, really? It's a K-pop group," and you got them. So next album is Eyes Wide Open by Twice. Have you listened to that album?
I have not listened to the album, but looking at some of the songs, some of the songs are familiar. I feel like I may have just listened to songs randomly, but not the album.
Hmm.
I Can't Stop Me is the title song though, and I know that while Monsta X were recently performing on music shows for the recent comeback. Twice were performing that song, and that song is really good. Jihyo has got a part in it that I'm like, this is so good.
Well, I need to listen to it. It's been a long time since I listened to a girl group album. Honestly, a female artist in Korean music as an album. It's been a long time. The next one is Super One by Super M. I'm very curious about this one too.
Did you not listen?
Mm-mm.
It wasn't as good as Jopping.
Well, was Jopping even that? I don't know. Jopping wasn't that great to me. Like,
You didn't like it? I
no.
don't there was just something about Jopping though that really like
Mm-mm.
left an impression.
It
Uh
was. It wasn't
I
bad, but it wasn't
I
like.
enjoyed though the first mini album by Super M much more than I enjoyed the first album. I Can't Stand the Rain was probably my favorite song off the last album. This one had good songs, but none of them really caught me. And then Jopping, I know you said you're like, but it was just one of those songs that you get it stuck in your head. And then Mark's rap in Jopping is just one of those things where I can still say all of it.
Well, I'm curious about it because of the whole.
Super M concept.
Yeah, like the way that was hyped up so much, and the execution was just kind of like, could have been better, but
Yeah.
okay. And what I'm not about to do is embarrass myself with this album title by G
I
Friend,
actually don't know it, so we're both out of luck here.
Walpurgis, Walpurgis,
Walpurgis?
Walpurgis
I have
Nights.
no idea.
Well, that album, Walpurgis Night.
I haven't listened to this, but the last three songs on the album, Apple, Crossroads, and Labyrinth, are off of other albums. I don't know if all of the songs are off of other albums too, but I know those last three for
Hmm.
sure are. Or not the last three, the like 8, 9, and 10. I know they are for sure, and I've listened to those, and I really like Apple and Labyrinth. Those are two of my favorites from them.
Well, if you like those two, there's a good chance you'll like others.
Just have to go and listen.
Yeah. Okay, the next one is The Book of Us, The Demon, Day 6. That sounds like an interesting album. 8 songs. Pretty risky. 8 songs. It could be a bomb album and you just have 8 songs.
I liked it. They are a K-pop alternative rock group though.
Mm.
So that kind of explains why I like it.
I probably. Well, I guess it depends. I have to be in the mood for rock.
They're not like hardcore rock though.
I'm more of a
They're
hardcore girl.
they've got a keyboardist that kind of lightens up the sound that they put off, so it's not quite completely rock. It's not like CN
Oh,
Blue,
okay.
FT Island
Oh,
level.
okay. Because
It's like a step below that.
it sounds like it's gonna be a good album. I mean,
This is I wouldn't say a favorite of the year. Like all of these albums that were listed, Monsta X probably I wouldn't have chosen their English album, but Monsta X and the Stray Kids one I can agree with. But this is an album that overall I enjoyed.
okay. Well, based off this list, I mean it's BTS, but like this album was not my favorite and I'm not trying to knock BTS cuz all their other albums were really good to me. I still blast those albums, but this one was just not what I would have liked. It felt, what's the word? Felt like it was catering towards American pop.
That seems to be very popular sound coming from
BTS
TS
cuz
lately.
it's what's the moneymaker basically. And it sucks because, like, to me, it sucks. I'm not saying that. I could be that they're just okay with this, and that's fine. But when I think back to albums like their ciphers and like at least with the
Yeah,
rap line, and the dynamic was just it was different. It was so different. Like you had the singers and you had the rappers, and those ciphers are my life. They go in every time. And I guess I'm just speaking out of like I hope the rappers are still enjoying themselves. I hope everyone is enjoying themselves. They're just making music that they want to make. They're just having a great old time. But I often wonder if the rap line misses that genre of how they would rap, if that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
'Cause
No, I get that.
I don't know. Like that's what I miss from it. It's too poppy to me. And I get why they're doing it. And if that's just the route that they want to go in, the flower boyfriend theme too and aesthetic, that is fine because that's entertainment. It's great. I'm just telling you what I miss. And this is the reason why I paused halfway through the album to take a break and to listen to the rest. Because I can't tell you a favorite song off this album because I don't know. I'm gonna have to listen to it again, honestly. I'm sure there was something I liked, but it wasn't enough to add it to my library. But look at all these songs that I have to listen to. That's 18, 28,
You're counting.
38. Wait, nope, not 38. 41. Don't have to listen to that one. 50, 62,
Oh my gosh.
79. Like basically over 100 songs. Yeah, it's over 100 songs. If I'm gonna re-listen to the BTS album, it's over 100. That's fine. I like music. That's a work day of me listening to music instead of crime podcasts. But I don't know, good job, Times. Like I'm interested. I like the selection. I like the variety. If you want to read the article cuz they do go in detail on each song and album, I think that would be very helpful. It's a little teaser of what the artist or the group is like, what the music video is like, what the album is like. I don't know, it's fun. If Time tells you to listen to it, you should probably listen to it. That's all I got to say on that.
I agree. If Time says to listen to it, you probably should.
Yep. Anything else?
I don't think so. I think that was pretty much it for like the last 2-ish weeks.
Oh wow, DPR. This is random. Sorry, I just pulled it up. DPR Ian put out something. Basically, Lord, I forgot this boy's name. What is this boy's name? I can't believe I forgot this. I forgot this man's name. What is his name? Please hold. I need to figure this out. He's premiering a new music video. Hurry up, tell me. Christian, Jesus, help me. Jesus, please. Thank you. DPR, Chris, he's putting out another music video. Is featuring DPR Live and CL. So it's probably going to be good. And
Are they
are they what?
dating? Are they dating?
I
Do you
don't
know?
know. I don't think so.
I see CL and him together so much recently.
It's because he was in a music video on her music video.
Yeah, but now she was in a music video with him too. Like it's been going back and forth. I don't know. I'll have to look into
I
it and send you stuff, but it's been very interesting.
I don't think so. I don't think so, but if it's a thing, they're doing a good job at hiding it. I only say that because if you saw how we interacted with other people, you'd say the same thing, if that makes sense.
It's just different though because she's the one posting all of it too, not just him. So that's why I'm like, the heck is going on?
Because Joan Day, it's her YouTube channel, and he's on there pretty frequently. Like they got their nails done together for
Oh, I remember you mentioning that. Yeah.
for the music video. It was super cute, but I don't know if they're dating. Okay, like that's cute.
I'm just curious if you knew, but it's okay.
No, I think it's just because they're doing music videos together. Like if he was in her music video and now this one that's premiering, she's in it too. I'm not surprised that they've been around each other for that long, just hanging out with one another. Cause she also took a bunch of pictures with DPR, like the company itself, with the people there too. And I think they did like a collab or something other than this music video. That's just me guessing from what I've seen. Regardless, I'm excited for this. This is about to premiere right now. It's gonna be good because it's DPR and I'm biased. That's what I gotta say on that. I guess let us know what you guys think. Did you learn something new today? Did you have fun making fun of me? And if you did, give us a good rating.
Depending on the rating, we might include future instances of bullying Lacey.
That's fine. I'm not bothered. I know my truth. Do you know yours?
Oh. Okay. Well, yep, that was it, I think.
Follow us on our social at Bingo and Choom on Twitter.
All across the board. Twitter, we're most active on, but there is an Instagram and there is a Facebook.
There's a
And shout out
Facebook that
again.
everyone's been liking.
out again to all the people on Facebook that just like the page. I don't know where you're coming from,
I
but
hope you guys are listening. I really do.
and then leave us a review because we need one. We need
Please.
them.
Let's get that SEO up here. Let's get those clicks up here. I want to be right next to
Eric
Eric.
Nom.
Like, let us be next to Eric. We deserve.
I we deserve it, and I want to collaborate with Eric someday.
That'd
That's
be
like my
cool.
dream.
He's
So
from Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta. And that would be really nice to talk to
we
anybody, to
got
talk to
dreams
any
crossed.
idols. That would be awesome.
It would,
Just
but I really want to collab with Eric
I don't
someday.
even imagine us talking about anything. Like, you know how people are like, I have a set of interview questions. I mean, for me, it would be like, so do you like Waffle House or IHOP better? And tell me why.
Popeyes, Cane's,
Or like, do you
or
like,
Chick-fil-A.
yeah, or do you like that? You have to pick. These are the questions the people are asking.
In the future, if we ever get a studio and we do
Oh, I'm
interviews
doing
like
that.
that,
I'm
we
bringing
have to
Popeyes.
we have I was gonna say we have to actually get Cane's, Chick-fil-A, and Popeyes, and we have to have them taste test it
We
right there.
do.
And then make the decision.
But
And then
first, it
get
would.
like Five Guys, like New or what's the New York one? There's Five
Oh, there's
Guys,
a
and then
New
there's
York one, Burger.
White Castle. White
Oh,
Castle, I think
I
is what
don't
it is.
understand the hype for any of the burger places because they all taste the same to me. I had Burger Fi today, and I was just like, tastes
It's
like a
what the
burger.
people are asking. Oh, you see, we gotta have them taste test it.
But chicken's better.
I mean,
Just
chicken
tastes
is
different.
better.
Like, you know, those are three different tastes. And the burgers just taste like burgers. The fries are probably different. I could do taste test for fries. Like that just yeah.
Five Guys has some good Cajun fry.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like Burger Fi had good fries too. Yeah, let's do the fries instead of the burgers.
Anyway, guys, we've got plans. So we need you to get our ratings up to the point where we're sitting next to Eric Nam underneath the K-pop recommended podcast.
Please.
So please, we're begging you.
If you want your favorite idol to eat Popeyes, please. If you want Jungkook to eat Popeyes, please. If you want Zico to eat Chick-fil-A, come on, guys. Come on.
No. I would not subject him to that.
I would. That's too bad. He's gonna eat Chick-fil-A. It's good. You don't think it's good?
I don't like Chick-fil-A.
You're a hater.
I like Chick-fil-A, just not that much.
That just sounds like some hater talk. It's 'cause you're not from the southern state. That's why you're saying the stuff you're saying. I understand. I could talk on about this. We'll talk to you guys later.
Okay. Remember to give us reviews, likes, and leave us any comments before we get into an argument further about chicken, though. We are going to go.
I mean, we could do
So
that in the next
bye.
episode. Bye.
Bye.